Yo, what is going on, Headliner Nation? We're live here at the 2023 NFL Draft in Kansas City. Absolutely beautiful. And the first round last night is in the books. And we figured we'd get the team together and we'd talk a little bit about some winners and losers from the draft. Because I know a lot of you out there are wondering about your fantasy teams, drafts, things like that, and who really is going to walk away from the first round looking like they're going to contribute this year or they've completely lost their job. And we're going to kick things off, and I'm going to talk about my Lions because there's a lot of people out there right now saying how much they hated the Lions draft, and I get it because everyone was shocked at number 12 when they decided to go with Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I'm going to list him as a winner because when you watch the reaction video of Brad Holmes in the war room, oh man, this looks like a team that spent the 12th round pick with a purpose. He's got the draft capital, and there might be a loser from this I'm going to have Ethan talk about in a second, but to begin with, I mean, when you spend that type of draft capital on a running back, it's clear you're going to utilize him as a weapon in the offense, and they look at this guy as being a big-time contributor. He's a winner from this situation, but loser-wise, who do you got, Ethan?
Well, here's the thing about winners, Kyle. If somebody's winning, that means somebody has to be losing. And for the Lions, that man's DeAndre Swift. They have shown this offseason. They signed in David Montgomery. You know, if you can't win if you got David Montgomery and then you draft Jahmyr Gibbs right after that. DeAndre Swift is in trouble. They've made comments this offseason. They don't think that he can stay healthy and play through pain, and now they've made two key additions to that backfield. I just think DeAndre Swift is on his way out the door.
I fully agree, and they've made comments in the past about him, so that doesn't surprise me at all. But let me flip back over to my loser now. And a lot of people are going to be like, are they really losers, Kyle? But when you look at it from like a fantasy perspective, Jackson Smith-Njigba and Quentin Johnson, they landed in great situations, but not for 2023 from a fantasy standpoint. Neither of these guys are going to be big contributors this year because they've got so many weapons around them. I mean, do you really see Jackson Smith-Njigba putting up top 24 numbers this year? It's probably going to be impossible to do when you've got a guy like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, and you're going to be running the ball a lot with Kenneth Walker. When you look at Quentin Johnson, great offense to go into. I'm glad Justin Herbert's got another weapon, but Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler still right now, there's just going to not be enough targets to go around for these guys. So long term, they're great because Seattle could walk away from a Tyler Lockett, and now you've got JSN as your number two. The Chargers could do anything with Allen and Williams. They could cut them, they could trade them, they could do a lot of different things, and now all of a sudden Quentin Johnson is the number two as well. So long term, great. Short term in 2023, not great landing spots.
When we're talking about offense, though, Kyle, there's one offensive player that was taken in the first round that I really love the landing spot for, and that's tight end Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid is stepping into a situation with the Bills where he has already shown, one, he's the best pass-catching tight end in the draft, but two, there's not a lot of competition outside of Stephon Diggs. We know that Stephon Diggs is the alpha in that offense, but Gabe Davis wasn't doing it for him. They spent a first-round pick on him, and we know that his primary goal in college was to catch the football. Dalton Kincaid stepping into an offense that he could be the number two option in his first year. And the thing about Stephon Diggs that people don't realize is he is much better actually on the outside versus in the slot. If you look at the numbers, Dalton Kincaid could slide straight into a big slot role, catch a bunch of touchdowns. I'm not usually a first-year rookie tight end guy, but I think Dalton Kincaid could easily get up into the 7, 8, 9 touchdown range.
Well, there's our winners and losers, but Jake and Mac are standing by, and they've got several guys to talk about as well. So let's toss it over to them and see what they have to say.
All right, Kyle, Ethan, appreciate it. They got us out here, Mac, NFL draft. We just trying to vibe out, Mac. I mean, we just trying to have a good time.
Exactly.
And these dudes just want to work. Like, we want to get a nice cold drink in our hands, but I guess we got to talk about some winners and losers. Right off the bat, the first loser I can think of is probably Kyle.
Yeah, and Ethan.
Ethan, both of them, they both deserve to be on the list as of right now, but
Yeah.
we'll start with winners. Let's start with something positive here. For me, I'm going to go with, how about Geno Smith? Now, Geno Smith, he got himself JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, to go along with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, arguably the best trio of wide receivers in the NFL. Geno Smith, one of those guys, a top 10 option last year. Now he gets more weapons. We know about Kenneth Walker. I think Geno Smith's going to be slightly sneaky, being that he had a good year last year. A lot of people are going to remember that, but if you don't want to take a quarterback early, Geno Smith is probably somebody I see as a huge first-round winner.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's a great trio, so he'll fit right in. My first winner has got to be Kenny Small Hands Pickett. Now listen, yeah, maybe a little bit bigger. That's what she said.
That's what
but
she
listen,
said.
Kenny Pickett, now you get your tackle. They'll probably put him on the left side. Broderick Jones, exceptional. He's a freak of nature, basically. And Kenny Pickett, they got to keep him upright. He had 2 concussions last year. You can't go out like that. You know what I mean? So
You can. I mean, it's the Steelers.
come on. That's an Arizona fan, y'all. But anyway, I think Kenny Pickett's the winner out of this. And also, if I want to throw in a little side note, Najee Harris. This
You're taking a
offensive
2
line-
for 1?
Yeah, I want to go a 2 for 1
How
on
did
this.
breaking the damn rules already?
Yeah,
We
hey,
haven't even been here long enough to have cold drinks. You're already breaking the rules.
there are no rules in Kansas
That's
City.
right, dude.
You know?
That's what I'm talking about.
But Broderick Jones was a huge pick for them. Well,
Pause.
You know, yeah.
Anyway,
Broderick Jones, I think, is a great pick. Now, my loser, that we're going to
you
lose.
can start off with a
I'm
loser.
going to start off with the losers. We're going to go with Will Levis.
Oh yeah, he's a definite loser.
I mean, he's going to lose his fine girlfriend.
Yeah,
By
she
the
gone.
way,
She gone.
homie. The dude already puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
Yeah,
Like, what
weird.
the hell's up with that?
Weird.
I mean, and he didn't get, drafted in the first round. So he's a loser all the way around. And they're talking about possibly he could be going to the Colts. What's up with that?
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
I mean, I don't get it.
What does that tell Anthony Richardson? Jim Irsay, a loser, right?
Yeah, he's
Jim
yeah,
Irsay,
see,
a
he
loser.
got a 2 for
See, I got my
1,
2 for 1 right there. All right, another loser, Tyler Algier, Atlanta Falcons. I've been propping up Tyler Algier and said, listen, this guy has something to lose in the draft. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I want to see him have that bell cow role-ish. That ain't going to happen because Bijan Robinson going to come in there and get a lot of touches. Sure, we'll have an opportunity for Algier at the goal line for some touchdowns, but overall, that's going to be Bijan's backfield. Tyler Algier is probably in the loser category if I had to say here in the first round, but there's going to be more, right? The second round is going to kick off here pretty soon. The rain's probably coming. We're going to head back over to the bar area and just chill out. But make sure you guys stay tuned, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and like the video. So maybe me and Matt can have a few minutes where Kyle doesn't want to damn work when we're on vacation. But for now, we're going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys do yourself a great weekend here for the NFL draft. And looking forward to a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.